So what does merge do? Merge is used to merge two different data with a common ID. Let's say this is a lab data set. This is a lab data set, and this is the vital signs data set. I have subject number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So on in the vital signs data set also I have 5 subject IDs having subject numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's say I have lab test code name as chemistry. Here I have urinalysis. Similarly, I have vital signs codes called temperature, blood pressure, or heart rate. And let's say we have results for lab data set. Let us say chemistry has 10 micrograms and urinalysis has 20 micrograms. Here, when it comes to temperature, let's say here we have 36 Fahrenheit, and for blood pressure, let's say we have 120 by 80 like cis BP by dia BP, and for the heart rate 72 BPM like beats per minute. Now if I want to merge these both data sets, and in the new data set if I want information like this, let's say this is my new data set. So I want subject number 1 here, subject number 2 here. I want the name of the chemistry test, and I want it as urinalysis, and I want the results here like 10, 20, and for the vital signs also I need it in the same data set. So I want to combine both these data sets. I want like this, like blood pressure and their results 36 and 120 by 80. So if I want to merge these both data sets, what is the common factor I'm having here? This ID, right? So this is the common factor. I need to merge by using this ID numbers. So I need to sort both the data sets by using this ID number, and then I need to merge both data sets by using this ID number. So what happens then? One maps to, let us map it. So one maps to one, and here two second observation maps to the second one. So then results will be printed in a single data set, right? So both the vital signs information and the labs information is printed in the single data set. So how do we do this programmatically? So there are different merges called one-to-one merge, one-to-many merge. We'll see how this works. So I'm creating a temporary data set called employee, and for that I'm creating 3 variable names called employee ID, employee name, and salary. And I'm creating the values for those 3 variables. So I'm taking totally 6 employee IDs, 1012, 107, and I have given their employee names like XYZ PQR, and their salaries like 21,000, 12,000, 30,000, so on. So let us run this piece of code and let's create an EMP dataset. Okay, EMP dataset has been created, and 3 variables and 6 observations has been created. Similarly, I want to create one more dataset called department. In department dataset, I have totally 4 variables and 5 observations. So here also I have a common factor called employee ID. So in both datasets, I'm having employee ID. So how can I merge both these datasets by using employee ID? So here I have employee name and salary. Here I am having their designation, what was their role in the company, and where was the company located, and in what department is he working. So I want to map this observation to this observation, 1012 to 101, and I want to make it as a single data set like this. I want to bring all the employee 101's information in one data set. I want their employee ID, I want their employee name, employee salary, designation, location, and department. Everything I need it in one data set. So for that, we are having a statement called merge. So I'm creating new data set called my under company, and I'm merging EMP and department. These are the two data sets that are created, right? See, these are the two data sets created. The common factor we are having here is EID. So we need to merge both these data sets. So let's say I'm merging both these data sets without using my common factor. Let's say I'm just using merge and I'm using run. Let us run this. So what happens? Okay. Let us go to log. Do we have any issues? No issues in the log. And let us open all the three data sets. See, which data sets are we merging? Dataset EMP and dataset department. And the new dataset created is my under company. Let us go to 101. So 101 has employee name, salary, designation, location, and department. So everything is printed in one data set, right? So both the information of the department and employees information, both of them are printed in a single data set. But this is not the preferable way of creating a new data set. So this is not the suggested way. Sometimes you might have an errors because you need to sort it according to the employee ID and then you need to merge it. Let me show you how, which is the right way of doing it. So this kind of data sets are called as an one-to-one merge, but this is not reliable. So we won't prefer creating such kind of data sets in real SaaS industry. And either you can set both of these data sets also. Let us do setting both these data sets, my company too. So you can also set like this, still values will be same. So what are we doing? We are using set function to set both the data sets. So this is called one-to-one merge, but the actual way we need to use was we need to sort the both data sets first. So again, I'm creating data called EMP. And I'm also creating same data called department. Now we need to do one-to-one mapping. What is one-to-one mapping? Previously we used one-to-one merge. What's the difference between one-to-one merge and one-to-one mapping? This is called as a match merge. First we need to sort the employee dataset by their ID. So I'm sorting the dataset by employee ID. So now the employee ID is printed in the increasing order of their ID numbers. Similarly, I'll be also sorting department. So department is sorted as according to their sorting order, because if you see in the created data set, if you see the first observation is 103, right? The first observation is 103 and second one is 104 and third one is 102. But if you see in the data set which has been printed, the first observation is 101, second one is 102. How is it sorted? For that, a statement called proc sort is used. In the proc sort, we need to give the name of the dataset that need to be sorted. Can everyone mute your laptops. So we need to sort the data set which you want. Let's say I want to sort the EMP data set. By what variable you need to sort it? I need to sort it by employee ID. You can sort it, let's say if I don't want to sort it by employee ID, I want to sort it by salary. Let us open employee dataset before we open or run it. Now it is sorted according to employee ID, right? 101, 102. It's in the increasing order of their employee ID number. Instead of this, I want to sort it according to the increasing order of their salary. Yes, I can do it. So you need to change it to by which variable you want to sort it. By salary. I want to sort the employee data set based on their salaries. Now let us run the employee data set. Open it. See. Now it is sorted according to increasing order of their salaries. If you see employee ID now, 102 is in the first place because he has got the lowest salary. So it has been changed. But here we are sorting it according to employee ID because we are merging it by using employee ID. So now what we are doing in the one-to-one match merge, first we are sorting both the data sets by using employee ID, and we are merging both data sets called EMP and department, and by which variable we are merging? By EID. If you see in the previous non-match merge, you are not merging using by variable, right? You are not sorting it. These data sets are not sorted according to their employee ID, or not by variable is not used in merge statement. So this is not reliable. So which is the better way of doing merging the data sets? We need to sort by a particular variable, and we need to merge by using the specific variable. So now let us run this and see my comp3. See. Now what happened? 101, 102, 103, 104. Why 105's salary and employee name is missing? Because if you see in employee data set, we don't have an observation with 105, right? Let me open this. So why employee number 105 has name and salary missing? Because 105 is missing in the employee data set, right? So there is no observation called having employee ID as 105. So this information is missing here. But if you see in the department data set, there is an 105 and they has their designation, location and department. So that information is printed: designation, location and department. Similarly, if you see 106 and 107, those 106 and 107 are present in dataset called EMP, and their employee names are ABC and PPP, and their salaries is 25,000. So that information is printed here. When it comes to designation, location and department, this is missing because 106 and 107 are missing in the department dataset. Were you able to understand, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I understand, sir.
So that's how we do merging. So let me mute everyone. So what was the previous one called? That's called as a non-match merge and or one-to-one merge. The one which we used bivariable and sorted the data sets and merged, that is called as an one-to-one match merge. Now one-to-many merge. What is one-to-many merge? Now let's say I'm creating data set called EMP and I have only three observations in the dataset called EMP 101, 102, and 103. And I'm creating one more dataset called department, and I'm having six observations. But if seen in the previous datasets, I have only one observation with 101 here, and I also have only one observation in here. But when I am doing like this here, if you see here, I have one observation, but if seen in the department data set, I have two observations with 101. So with employee name XYZ, is he having two roles like lead and developer? So then how to merge? So if I have one observation in one data set and multiple observations in a different data set, this kind of merges are called as an one to many, because here I am having only one record per one observation or one ID. Here I have multiple observations for single ID. So then how to do that? So, okay, we are sorting both the data sets. Then we are merging again. Let's see what happens. My comp4. See now what happened. 101 XYZ. Let me open both the other data sets also, EMP and department. So now what happened? I have 101 and their employee name is XYZ. But when it comes to designation, what is happening? I'm having two designations, because if you see 101 has lead and 101 has developer, and their location is Chennai and Hyderabad. Here also I have their locations, and their department is sales and production, and I have also their salaries. This is called as an one to many merge. This is called one to many merge. This kind of merges are called one to many merge. So till now we learned three kind of merges. What are those? One is non-match merge, the other one is one-to-one merge, and the other one is one-to-many merge. Now we'll be learning many-to-many merge, or many-to-one and many-to-many. So it's vice versa. See, now I'm taking this data set in the first place in the merge. If you see in the previous one, I'm taking EMP in the first place in the merge statement. So in the merge statement, I'm taking EMP, which is single record per observation, and the department in the second place, which has multiple observations for the same employee ID. But if seen in many to one, I'm taking department in the first place, which has multiple observations, and I don't need to sort it again because these data sets are previously sorted already by using employee ID. So those are already sorted. So results are same. Results expected are same for both the dataset COM4 and COM5. The results expected are same. If you see, compare both these results. That's COM5. This COM4. Results expected are same. If you see here, two 101s. See, they're having XYZ, XYZ. Here also I'm having XYZ and XYZ. But the variable order is changed because we are using department in the first place. So the observations present in the department dataset comes in the first place. Here, in my comp under 5, the the variables present in the department dataset comes in the first place. Employee name is present last because is present in the last place because we are using EMP dataset in the second place. EMP dataset is used in the
Sir,
second place. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
sir, in EMP dataset, it is written second, right? But the employee ID is there in the EMP dataset. So it is written in the first
No,
position
but
in both the.
even ID is present in the both datasets, right?
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
present in the both the datasets because that's the common factor we are using for merging. Without that variable, we were not able to merge the both the datasets. We can merge it, but
okay,
in some cases there might be an issues when we are merging like that.
okay.
So this is the
So
most reliable way of merging.
one common thing is needed, right, for
Yeah,
merging?
we need a common bivariable for merging. And before using that bivariable, you need to sort it. Let's say
Okay.
if I haven't sorted this, okay, let me do this way. Okay, I'm running both these data sets.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not using proc sort for the both data sets, and let us try to merge without sorting. What will be printed in the log? Bivariables are not properly sorted in the work department. Yeah, because you need to sort the variables. If you see department, here I have 101, 102, 103. Again I have 101. So this observation is trying to map only to the first observation because it's one to many, right? So
Right.
it is not trying to match it to the second 101. For the second time when 101 is coming, it's not right. So once you sort, this observation comes in the second place. So 101 matches to both 101 observations and then 102 and 103. So this is one to one and many to one. Now many to many.
Okay.
So again, I'm creating EMP dataset. Here I'm creating two observations with 101, one observation with 102, and two observations with 103. Similarly, here also I'm creating multiple observations. I need to sort both datasets called EMP and the dataset called EMP and dataset called department. So I'm using prot sort data is equal to EMP and prot sort data is equal to department. By which variable? By employee ID. So now I can use merge. Now let us run this and see what happens. you have a note saying merge statement has more than one data set with repeats of bivariables. What does that indicates? Let us go to the data sets and see what is happening. Let us open EMP. The other one is department. The other one is my part-5. If seen in the three data sets here, 101, 101, 101. Okay, the employee name assigned is correct, XYZ for 101 and XYZ. Okay, and when it comes to salary, one is 21,000, the other is 25,000. Okay, and the designation is lead for one observation and developer. Okay, that's also good. And Chennai and Hyderabad, that's also good. And in the department, sales and production. So 101 is mapped to 101. So on 102 is mapped to 102. If we go to 103, I have only two observations in the first data set. Here I'm having three observations. In the outputted data set, how many am I having? Three. But when it comes to their salary, it is taking 30,000 for the first one. Okay. And for second and third one, it is printing 35,000. But we are not sure for lead analyst and developer, is it the same salary? We are not sure. And the merge has some issues here. So in such cases, we need some other variables, common variables to merge. So this is an improper merge. So we might need in the first data set also, we might need their designation, right? In first data set also, we need their designation. What was their role in the company? Is he a manager or lead analyst or a developer? Then only we can exactly get their salaries. So now if you are merging, we don't know if 35,000 is that lead analyst salary or developer salary, because both of them has employee ID same, but their designation is different, right? And their location is different, and both of them are work in the department called sales. But we are not sure, is this 35,000 salary should be merged to lead analyst or developer. But according to the merge program, it merges uh, this 35,000 will be merged to both of the observations. But there is a note printed in the log. If you see in the log, merge statement has more than one data set with repeats of bivariables. What are those repeats of bivariables? Employee ID is repeating, right? Here I have, here also if I have only two records, then I might have not any issue. Let me run like this. We need some other factor to merge actually. So if you see in the note, not reliable in many cases, merge statement has more than one data set with repeats of bivariables. That is the note printed. Above note appears on log output. This should be when same multiple observations are there in both data sets. There is a confusion for mapping, so gives unreliable information. So this merge data set has confusion in mapping to which record should be mapped to which one. So it has a confusion. So those are not mapped as we are expecting, or what we are expecting as for the results. So in such cases, we need multiple variables to merge. So only employee ID is not sufficient to merge both these data sets. We might, in the employee data set also, we might need their designation or something to merge. Okay. now we are doing such kind of merges. In many to many merge, this kind of merges are not reliable by using single variable for merging. So how to use multiple variables for merging? Let us see now. So here I have an employee ID, a name and their location. Okay. Here also I have employee ID, location. Okay, so here I'm having two common factors for merging. So if 101 and 101 is same, but here I'm having one of the employees location as Chennai and the other location as Hyderabad. If you see here 101, okay, here also I have 101. So now I have second merging factor. Chennai merges to Chennai and this Hyderabad merges to Hyderabad. So here I'm having two factors for merging. So one is employee ID and the other is their location. Here also I'm having two variables, employee ID and location. So now what do we need to use for proc sort? We need to use two variables for sorting our dataset. So we need to sort the datasets by employee ID and their location because we need to merge the datasets by using two variables. So these are called two common variables. So we are sorting both datasets EMP and department by using employee ID and location, and then we are merging by using employee ID and location. Let us run this. Let us open, what was the my comp file? If you see now 101 Chennai, Hyderabad. So Chennai has employee name XYZ and Hyderabad has MNO. In the second data set also I have 101 Chennai and Hyderabad. Okay. In the final data set, after using the merge statement, so Chennai has employee name XYZ, right? So Chennai has XYZ. So Hyderabad has MNO. So Hyderabad has MNO. It is matching to the employee dataset. So this work.mycomp_5 is matching to employee dataset. Let us compare it with department dataset. So in department dataset, for Chennai, I had lead. Their designation is lead. For Hyderabad, their designation is developer. So for Chennai, their designation is lead. For Hyderabad, their designation is developer. Similarly, the department for Chennai it's sale and Hyderabad production, so it's matching here. Even salary is matching. So in many to many merge, we need multiple variables for merging. Sometimes we might need three variables, sometimes we might need five variables. It depends on the data which we have. Here we are having only two different kinds or two different common variables here. Sometimes there might be four common variables. Then you need to sort both data sets by using four common variables and you need to merge by using four common variables. So that's all with the merge statements. So how many different types of merges we have? We have,
Sir,
yeah, go ahead.
in many to many, we saw that 35,000 came in both the last results, right?
Mhm.
So it choose the biggest amount or it choose the last amount which is there.
No, because if you see here, it chooses the last one and it merges to the third one. It doesn't mean because the first one is directly mapped to the first one. Okay,
Okay.
first one is directly mapped to this one. So this 30,000 is directly mapped to this one. But I'm having only one more observation left with 103. So, but in the below data set, I have two observations, right?
Right.
So the single observation is merged to both these observations then. So
Okay, it
if
doesn't mean
it doesn't mean
in
if I'm having 30,000 here and if I'm having 35,000 here, this observation will be merging to both these data sets.
okay.
So whatever the last observation that is left, that will merge to the extra observations which we are having in the second data set.
Okay.
Good question.
Sir, one question. Like it's not gonna look for the location. Like is it not going to match by location also?
Sometimes it's that's what I'm saying. Here we have only which one? This one, right? So if it is, let's say here it is matching correctly because for 101 it's matching correctly because we are having only two observations here for 101. Here also we are having only two
Yeah,
observations,
two.
and
Mm-hmm.
those get mapped according to their sorting order. So whatever the first one maps to the first 101 and second 101 maps to second 101.
Second.
But
Mm-hmm.
in the 103 observation case, what is happening? I'm having two in the top data set and three in the bottom data set.
Department.
So
Mm-hmm.
what happens here also, first observation maps to first 103, second one maps to second and third observations.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, but we are not merging
Even
both.
if we have two variables.
Hmm. Now, if we are having two variables, it doesn't affect anything because first it merges according to 101. Okay.
Hmm.
Then it looks for the second merging factor, which is location, Chennai. Here we are having only one Chennai, right? For 101. If
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
see, this 101 has Chennai and this 101 has Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
So
Mm-hmm.
first it looks for observation. I mean the employee ID. If employee ID is common thing in the both data set, then it will go to location because here we are using two common factors for merging. One is the employee ID. So first it looks for specific employee ID. 101 looks for only 101. When we have duplicate records of 101, let's say here we have two duplicates, right? Here we have two records of 101. Then it looks for the second merging factor called location. So that's how it
But
happens.
this is the sort. Where is the merge statement?
Even in the merge statement we used, right? Merged
We
by,
use the both.
yeah,
We use
yeah,
both
we use
uh,
by and
by
like,
ID and location, right?
yeah, yeah.
So I think it should merge the last two by location then, like because like 103 it should also merge by location.
What 103 should merge by location?
Like 103 in the first in employee table you have
See, here 103 I have different locations, right? One is Bangalore, the other is Hyderabad, the other is Chennai. So
okay.
it's not misleading it because I have different
Oh,
values for each observation in the location part. Even though the
okay.
ID is same, in the location part it's varying, right? One is
Mm-hmm.
Chennai, the other is Hyderabad, the other is Bangalore.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So what are the different kind of merges we learned today? One is non-match merge. Here we are not using any bivariable or not sorting the datasets according to bivariable. Still it merges here because here we don't have any duplicate records. The issue will be only coming when we have duplicate records. Here it is matching exactly because we don't have any duplicate records. But that is not reliable way of merging. So this is not reliable way in many cases. So one-to-one match merge. Here what we are doing, we are sorting both data sets by a common factor called whatever the common variable is present in both data sets, and we are merging by using the common variable. In one-to-many merge, what we are doing same thing. We are sorting it and we are merging by using common factor. In many to one, it's the same thing. And when it comes to many, we have complication because the IDs, we are having multiple observations with same IDs. In such cases, we are looking for some other variable with same common factor. So here we are taking two common variables for merging, and in the merge statement also, we are using both those common variables. Any questions, guys, in merge statement? Did I send you last week's notes? Did everyone receive last week's notes? Last week's notes on date and time functions?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, I did.
What will be our next topic? So we completed our functions here. So what all did we learn? We learned what is do loops and do while, do until, and we learned what are delimiters. And then we came to functions called arithmetic functions, stat functions, truncation functions, and character functions. Then we learned what are date and time functions. And then we learned some miscellaneous functions like lag. And today we learned about merge. Our next class will be on proc procedures. So this topic is very important in proc procedures, and from next class we'll be speeding up the classes because we have a lot to complete. After completing all these proc procedures, we'll be going to SQL. SQL will be only 1 or 2 classes, and then we'll be going to macros will be again 1 or 2 classes. So our important topic next we are covering is procedures. What are procedures? So let's say you want to do any calculations like proc freak or proc mean. Even this is called as a proc procedure. Today we used, right, we sorted the data, right? For that, what we did, we used proc procedure. That is also one of the proc procedure. So proc sort data is equal to, so that is whatever it starts with proc, that is a proc procedure. So there are lot different proc procedures like sorting, which is used to sort the data set, proc print, which is used to print the data set, or proc freak for doing proc frequencies, or proc means for doing any statistics like n, mean, median. So we have lot of proc procedures. So these are all called procedures. Or if you want to find the contents of the data set, or if you want to compare two data sets, we have a lot of procedures. So we'll be starting procedures from Sunday class, and I'll send some documents for procedures tonight, PDF documents, and I will also send some documents on merge statement. You can do a lot other examples by searching on Google, or you have a lot of data available, and I'll send some PDF documents too, which you can work on, and also go through Little Chess book for knowing better about merge statements. Any questions, guys, in today's class? Anyone has any questions?
Sir, can you tell me what we uh,
Yeah,
hello?
yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I missed the 5 minutes lecture for 5 minutes. So can you tell me what we did?
I'm creating data set
So
called
let's just
test.
define the function.
Yeah, go ahead, Faisal.
I would say just defining the function definitions. That should be fine, I guess. If somebody needs an example, then you can explain it.
Yeah, just I'm going through again what is lag function and diff function. So if you want to find the difference between these two observations, let's say I want to find difference between first and second observation. So for that I have a function called diff. Let me run it till here. So what variable am I using for that? I'm using diff of score. So diff of score, what it does, it subtracts the values from the previous observation, and it is printed in the new dataset called test1. So it subtracts these two and the value is printed here, and it subtracts these two and value is printed here. So it subtracts 24 minus 20 is 4, 21 minus 24 is -3. So it subtracts from the preceding observation. always diff function subtracts from the preceding observation. Similarly, like diff, I have one more function called lag. So if I say lag of score, what happens? What does lag do is lag brings the preceding let's say we are not creating this for now. We are not using diff. Okay, what does lag do? Lag brings the previous observation value into the next observation, right? So 20 is coming here, 24 is coming here. Now if you want to subtract, what you can do, you can use simple like you can use score minus lag, and you can create new variable and the difference is printed here, right? So if you want to subtract both of these, you can either use like this. Now if I want to create one more new variable called a, and in the a variable I want to print the diff minus lag. I'm using simple subtracting symbol here, and I'm creating new variable called a. Is
Why?
printed. It's interpreting with this. Okay, or you can do this way. So if I want to subtract score minus diff of lag, let me run this and show you what happens. So same result is printed, right? Even if I use diff or lag. So what is happening in the below code? So what we are doing here, we are subtracting score and lag of score. What is printed in lag of score? This value is printed in the next observation, right? Like we have seen before. I have closed that. See, what is printed in the lag of score? 20 gets printed here, right? 24 gets printed here. 21 gets printed here. So this is how, when you use lag function, this is how value is printed. But if I don't want to create a separate variable like that, and if I want to do it in single variable, I can just say lag of score. Score minus lag of score. So in the background, this variable is
What could be the possible use for this lag function, Kumar?
yeah, let's say you have sales in a company. Okay, let me show you. Uh, let me say you are working in financial SaaS, and they are looking for customer purchases. Let's say they have two customers, okay, or let's say they have three customers, and they want to find. No, let's say they have only one customer. Let's say they have only one customer, okay, and they have let's say the customer is in the first quarter. Let's say first quarter is January, second quarter is May, and third quarter is August. And let's say in the first quarter the customer purchases on his credit card is $1,000, and in the second quarter his purchase is like 900, and in the third quarter his purchase is 1200. So now if they want to find the difference between is there any increase or decrease from his previous quarters in the year, If they want to find out what was his purchases quarterly wise in the company, then if you want to do like this, how can you subtract? Either you need to use diff function or you need to use lag function, right? So then this value will be printed here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use lag function in such cases. If you want to do any analysis from previous quarters or something like that, you can use lag function.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions?
No, sir.
If no questions, I'm ending the session for today.